So a couple of weeks ago, I attended a retreat. It was amazing. And I had an experience while I had attended that really left me wondering what the intended experience was meant for me. It was something where I was confronted actually with my ego. And that had to do with a point within this retreat where people had the ability to be able to get up and ask questions. What I was struck by was the amount of suffering that these individuals were going through. Now, suffering is not something new for humans, it's been going on since the beginning of time. But for some reason, particularly this day, I was really deeply affected by what it is that I could feel. And when I braced myself for the answers to come, I found myself thinking I could have done a better job in giving an answer. And I was like, I have no idea where that came from. And I was really, really taken aback, so much so that I actually stepped away from the program because I'd recognized that that was my ego coming in, trying to think that I could solve problems that really I could not solve. And so for the last couple of weeks, I've really taken it as an opportunity to really go in and recognize what was happening, what I was being shown. Now, the answers that came were amazing answers, and I know that they gave people, at the very least, I don't want to use the word hope, but for maybe a brief moment of time, a respite from whatever it is that they were going through. What I had recognized is that there really are no easy answers to give to people for the things that they're undergoing today, whether that's on an individual level or a global collective level. However, there is something that I was reminded that can be a powerful tool that we can use, especially when we meet up with people on a day to day basis that perhaps are either haven't awakened or are within their awakening, whatever their situation may be, it doesn't matter. Something that we as humans can truly offer them within that moment. And that is not trying to solve their problems. That is not trying to tell people what it is that they may or may not be doing that's wrong. But that's truly the art of being a compassionate human being, something that we all need to learn how to do more. One of the most compassionate humans that ever walked this earth was Jesus. He was the epitome of compassion because his compassion didn't dictate who it was that could have it and who couldn't have it. It didn't see race or color or whatever stat you were in as far as your level within society. It was for everybody. And the reason being is because he had the ability to be able to look past whatever it was that a person was suffering with and see that person as a whole human in their perfect state. Why? Because he himself was. So he was able to see that in another person. I'm often reminded that we quite often hear that people hold the mirror up for us to see, or they reflect back to us the unhealed parts of ourselves. But how often do we leave our homes shining our own mirror so that people can be offered a glimpse of the perfection that they truly are, even if they don't see it? That's compassion. Compassion is standing as a sacred witness for somebody in the moment they are needing a respite from whatever it is that they are going through, that they can find in you. That is where the true miracle happens. It's not you looking to answer or solve problems. It's you and your presence, 100% presence and awareness with that person in that moment, that allows them to look into the mirror that you hold of yourself back to them, to truly see that, yes, this is a current situation that you may be going through, but underneath all of that, you are a beautiful, perfect, whole human, and you deserve the right to see that. That's how miracles happen. That's the miracle that Jesus gave to people back in that day. It's an energetic, it's an energy transference that happens through the exchange of consciousness within that moment. When you are a conscious human being, for those few short moments that you might spend with another person, you're awaiting an opportunity for there to be an opening within that human so that your consciousness can affect and influence another person, because you are perceiving them with the right perception, not a false perception of who it is that they're walking within this world currently, which is an ego identity that they may not even be aware of. But rather, you are showing back to them that underneath all of that, they are absolutely whole and perfect, even if they don't see it themselves. This is how true healing happens. It's an act of love, and it's a gift that each and every one of us possesses, whether we know it or not. You don't need a certification. You don't need a degree. You don't need to be taught. What you need to is remember. Remember that in your true essence, you are love, you are light. And once you remember that, once you embrace that aspect of yourself, now it's your job to give to each and every other human that you come across the ability to see that within themselves. And that is one of the most wonderful things that we have been given, and we've been reminded of through the example that Jesus gave us. His miracles weren't something that only he had the ability to do. His miracles were given so that he could reflect back to us the miracles that we could perform on ourselves as well as others. All you need to do is have the faith of a mustard seed. That's how small, the ability to believe that you can help other people through your level of compassion and love. But that mirror has to be shined. Not the mirror that other people hold up to us, although that is definitely a helpful aspect of being able to see the parts of us that still need to be healed. But what can we give back to people as a way for them to see that there is hope beyond what it is that they currently see in this world? So I was greatly reminded and incredibly filled with gratitude for what transpired during that resort, because I was reminded of the power that I possess, not in standing and trying to give people solutions by thinking that I have the solutions, but rather as standing as a perfect reflection and as a sacred witness to each and every human being's ability, their own ability, to be able to see the hope that they possess, or to have faith in what it is that they possess to heal themselves. We're not the healers. They are the healers. We just so happen to possess the energetics of what it might need to take in order for another human to see that actually come to fruition. So shine your mirror. When you walk out of your house each and every day, make sure that your mirror is a perfect reflection for others to be able to see that within themselves. Much love and light.